Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and today we are looking at all the games that are supposedly leaving in August. I say supposedly because if you go to your PlayStation Plus area and where the game collections are, and you go down and you look at leaving soon, there's like 100 premium games in there and no extra games at all. So what's going on with that? But anyways, according to the internet, these are the actual games that are leaving. Alright, starting with Nidhogg. This is what it is? It's, man, it's like, you remember putting in an old crappy Atari cartridge and being like, oh, what's this game? And then it turns on and you're like, oh, I hate it. I hate it instantly. Yeah, that was kind of this game. And also the tutorial was totally glitched out, and I don't know what was happening with that, or why I couldn't press square to move the tutorial forward, but yeah, here's the game, Nidhogg, poop in a bucket. Alright, 8-bit armies! Yay! Okay, so you build a base, and you build barracks and refineries, and you make a bunch of soldiers, and then you send them out to attack the enemy headquarters. That's the game. I like the look of it. I do have to say one criticism is that the game should take your hand a little more and show you exactly what you need to do at each moment. Not the tutorial, just every other level. Alright, moving on to Grip. I've actually talked about this before in another video. Yeah, it's, this is what it is. It's like Wipeout, but not as great, and then you got the, you know, the Mario Kart style fighting and weapons and stuff. I just, I liked a bit of it, but it got to a point where the levels just became unfair and you were falling off and dying all the time. It just became too difficult. Alright, moving on to DCL the game, and originally I thought this was called DLC the game, which is funny to me. But no, it's about drones. It's the Drone Championship Leagues, I think is what it is. Ooh, isn't this exciting? Drones, yeah! But this is the game. It's just, racing the drone, and some of the races are, like, super short. Also, I have to say the controls, are very odd. It feels weird. It's like you're just strafing left and right. It almost doesn't feel like racing. I don't like these controls. I don't know what to say about it, but visually it's interesting. I don't mind the concept, but dear God, make it more like a racer. It's just a different thing. Alright, moving on. Oh God. We've talked about this one before. It's Carmageddon Max Damage. This is just a piece of trash. It's a Death Race 2000 kind of game. They made a game out of the movie, but they made it so poorly. Even coming back to it now, having played it so much more, the car is so stiff and is just driving like on glass or ice, and it's just unpleasant to play, I gotta admit. Alright, and now, also leaving in August, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza... Oh wait, that's Kiwami 2. But anyways, and Yakuza Kiwami, there we go. I got them out of order there, but we'll just leave it in. It's great. And these games are great. There's so much going on in these games. I just love them to death. You explore the beautiful city, there's all that to do, but the stories are always great. And again, I've only played 0 and Kiwami 1. I own Kiwami 2, but I have not played it yet, but it is leaving in August. If you don't already own it, check it out. Look at all these mini games and just different things. This game has so much stuff in it. All these games do, and they are very fun to play, and they're not the greatest things ever made, but there's so much weird stuff here, and again, the plots are pretty fantastic. I will say though, the fighting itself in all the games after a while just gets old. There's so much of it. It's fun, but all right. And moving on to Borderlands 3. I mean, do I need to say anything about Borderlands? They're great. Borderlands 3 was the one that got me in to the Borderlands series. I tried the first one and didn't like it at all. And, well, I liked it up until a certain point, and then it got too hard. But yeah, Borderlands 3, I don't need to say anything. It's leaving. I'm sure most of you own it. So if you don't, you got a month. Alright, moving on to the final game of the night. It's The Crew 2. And I played a little bit of this game, and I really liked it, but I was trying to beat Crew, just the Crew. I was going to say Crew 1, but it's the Crew. And it got to this point in a level that just completely pissed me off, and there was no way I was able to beat it, and the game wasn't giving me any hints, and so I gave up on 1, and then I went back to 2, and I was just like, I'll wait on this. I'll play this later. But it is a solid game, and hopefully it does not have that similar point in it where it just, the races seems impossible. I don't know why the first one did that. I'm sure there's complaints about that specific race. If you just look it up, you'll find exactly the one I'm talking about. Alright, so there they are. That's all the games that are supposedly leaving in August, even though our PlayStation Plus store area with the games in it doesn't say that. But that's what the internet tells me, so I hope I'm right. Alright, dork points fully earned. Good night.